What's going on, tribe? I have some cards that's already out while I was sitting here getting ready. We got 3333 social skills. We got 8989 you're worthy. 8989 was at the bottom of the deck. 3333 was at the very back of the deck. When I, picked the deck up while I was shuffling through 5555, so 5555, get grounded. Fill out with 3232, take charge. That's a lot of five energy. It fell out in reverse, but I don't take angel number cards in reverse. And it was this five, all the fives. One is change energy, transformation, that kind of energy, things being changed, which can sometimes seem chaotic. But 555 says centering, reassessment, grounding, balance, focus, energy, rest, priorities. If you feel burnt out from overworking, the angels encourage you to ground your energy, reassess your priorities, and determine what thoughts are keeping you in a constant state of doing instead of simply being. What is causing my current burnout? And how can I reconnect with a state of peace and balance? Take 10 minutes today to sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Visualize yourself as a tree with strong roots connecting deeply into the earth, grounding your energy and calming your mind. Take charge. 3232 says empowerment, initiative, leadership, self determination, boldness, improvement. Take control of your life and steer it towards your desired outcomes. Embrace the shortness of life by pursuing actions that enhance your well being and contribute to personal growth. What areas of my life do I need to take more control over? How can I make proactive changes to improve my situation? Identify one area in your life where you have been passive and take immediate steps to assert control and make improvements. Set clear goals and take deliberate actions towards achieving them. And I feel like this whole message is in regards to social media and social media platforms. The the post that I have, two posts before this, where the message that I channeled for the tribe did not upload. It didn't upload to Instagram. So I took a picture because I had a feeling that it was going to, just by the way that it was processing. And I took that picture, said what I said, put the picture at the end of the message just to give you our reference if you go back and go through it. And I was pretty much like fed up with Instagram. Like fed up, was gonna stop posting on Instagram. Period. After that, it's been times where I stopped posting on Instagram before because back then I was caught up in likes and engagement and insight and trying to get on the creators platform, and that was with Instagram and YouTube. But a lot of stuff in readings, because I do readings every day, no matter if I post or not, I do readings every day because tarot is really for personal development. But you know, we ain't gonna get, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But I read every day. And I do my shadow work. I'm in and out of it. I'm a being that can be in and out. Like it don't really cause me no issues. I used to think it did cause me issues until I realized that me being that in between, being in that void, the things that people demonize in me that I don't take on and that I don't believe, because I've done, the shadow work on myself. It's certain things that that are quote unquote negative about me will continue to be, because I don't care to fit in or be in anybody's little circle or whatnot. So certain things are, that people deem not good about me are always going to be that. So hold on, y'all. It's a spider. I'm trying to get out the car instead of killing, but it act like it don't want to take his ass off my hand and go on out of here. I'm giving you an outlet, buddy. Go. Yeah, go. Keep going. Don't you see? Go. There's nothing on my finger for you. Just go. Yeah, thank you, sir. In the web coming from my finger. But anyway, it's certain shit about me that is like, it's my protection, and that's what y'all need to understand about yourself too. Certain shit that people don't like about you, and there's a lot of people that don't like it, or mostly everybody, and motherfuckers be like, well, if everybody think it's it, then maybe it's you. Yeah, bitch, it is me. But guess what? It's only y'all, because y'all attempted to try to put me inside a box or keep me somewhere, caged, or trying to sun me or daughter me. And that just ain't gonna happen. Like, that's why that part of me I accept and I utilize as needed. I question it as well. Like anything negative about myself, I'm gonna question. But as a whole, I understand negative and positive, and I understand that you have to have them both. Just like any other thing that carries energy, that harness energy, like your fucking battery, has a negative and a positive end. Both are needed to give you the charge. Both are needed to give you the energy. So sometimes when people are trying to tell you about the bad parts of yourself, it's only to make you feel unworthy. Back to 89, 89, you are worthy. And a lot of this shit will happen on social media. And I believe that the social skills and the you are worthy came out because I am in that season where I'm like, I know I know that I should be further along in this thing, but I also had to realize that the algorithm, the platform, the machine wants specific messages to be told. So if you're telling something that's opposite than what's already in the group think, what's already in the collective hive mind, then you're a threat, because you're gonna inspire people to think. Thank you, Spirit. You're gonna inspire people to think, and that's the one thing that they don't want. They're already trying to fight, dismantle, show another image of what femininity is, attacking that, as well as attacking the seers, the truth tellers, the people that are awakening. They don't want everybody to awaken, because then like the song says, shit will crumble. Shit will crumble, because who they don't want the people out here letting people know that, like, bro, the rules that we're complying to were made generations ago, where we weren't even fucking alive, and technology in the world as it is wasn't even the same. So why the fuck are we still following this shit? Taxes, all the shit, the way that shit goes in the West. Why is the West still the thing? And so these social media platforms, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube, y'all realize who they all aligned with, right? Y'all see where they was, you know. So think about that as well when you're one of the creators that isn't getting a lot of engagement. Don't worry, keep putting it out there. And as long as the platforms are here, Your message will be there for someone to see. I will also implore everybody to get them a external hard drive so that everything that you create can everything that you create is has a digital copy of, in case these platforms go down, in case you find a way to create something that competes with these platforms, because it's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. They did it. They did it back in the 90s and early 80s. So we can do it now with all this AI shit. And then you have your platform. So you no longer have to worry about Google, which is YouTube, or Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. Nobody. Who gives a fuck? Your shit is out there. And the only way it could be taken down would have to be through legal things. Just like now there are independent journalists, because people realize that all of the media companies were owned by the same people. You get what I'm saying? So even in those instances where I was complaining about, you only get engagement with new people if your content is under 3 minutes. This has already went 11 minutes, because it on threads it stops on the 10 minute marker, and I just hit record again and kept going. So keep going, keep posting. You are worthy. Your message is worthy, especially if you are there to help the collective consciousness rise, awakening, break out of this system that has been running for far too long. They want to be able to box us in. They want us to think in the boxed in mind, oh, I have to be seen by millions and thousands of people. No, you don't. You just have to provoke thought in one person. One. One person. And the fact that you're already thinking it, it's already in the collective consciousness. So keep thinking on it. Keep pondering on it. Write it down. Visualize it. So yeah, a lot of us are rich in spirit, but the people that are rich in are at the forefront right now. But with everything, the tide, the tides change, the pendulum swings, the fucking clock rotates. You have your time, but make sure that you're prepared. And the only way to remain prepared is to keep doing, to keep posting, to keep creating. Stop worrying about who sees it right now. What you saying may be meant for 5, 10, 20 years from now. All right. All right, tribe. What's poppin'? I'm back. That portion that you just watched was recorded on May the 3rd. Today is May the 8th. Breezy album came out. Brown is out. Brown is out. You tell how excited I am? Anyway, as I was talking about previously, the reasons why your content is not getting out there as a small platform, as someone that is not um, that is not speaking the same thing that everyone else is speaking, stoking fear and all of that kind of stuff into the atmosphere. And simply those that don't fit the aesthetic, as the song goes on. uh Thank Spirit for this. They want me to listen to Jill Scott album while channeling this message. Um, yeah, you could simply not fit the aesthetic and everything, but still keep doing it. Still keep doing. Still keep creating. Still keep posting. Um, no one else can deem you worthy when divine source energy already deemed you worthy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can do that. Nobody is above divine source energy, creation energy. So we're not worried about that. Be aware of it. Don't absorb it. As I was speaking, I don't even know if it was in this video. I believe it was in a reading where I was talking about how the Black Panther in the suit that his sister made, I believe. Yeah, in the suit that his sister made, he was able to absorb and store impacts. So, impacts to his body, his person, because he was in the suit, and store them to amplify his power when he striked. Also, while while I've been, out and about living life, working in the machine, it brought me back to that reading, um, and and told me about Kung Fu Panda as well. He did the same thing. So, and I guess it brought me to Kung Fu Panda because it's like mastering your chi, which is, I guess, why this is going on right here, right now. But I'm also channeling and thinking about a couple of conversations I've had over the past few hours. Well, not few hours, this whole day, in a sense, since 9 o'clock this morning. 9 o'clock this morning, I had a talk with a lady that my spirit guides led me to, which is thank you, spirit, bringing me around to the point of, if your guides or you feel it in your spirit to make posts, you know, do something, um, do it, do it, do it. It's bringing it, do it. It's leading me to say, just do the shit like Nike, like Nike, just do it. But really, without fear. I mean, you could be scared, but whoever says it doesn't take a little fear to be courageous and brave, you know, they ain't really been to war. So like, you gotta do the shit scared. Like, you have to do the shit scared. Nobody can touch you, you know. I mean, obviously they can, but if you the more you tap in and become conscientious of your energy, conscientious of your power, aware of your surroundings but not paranoid, and also being prepared. Thank you, Spirit. And also being prepared to um, fight. Shit. Basically, like, being prepared to fight. If your message is that, you know, potent to where, people gonna be coming after you. Even, higher ups, I put that in quotations. Anyone that, it doesn't matter, it doesn't really matter, like so I'm basically bringing it around because I'm trying to remember all the cards I know. But keep sticking out is worthy, the 5 energy of transformation that was in the reading. But I'm just drawing a blank on the last 2 cards. Spirit said that that's okay because that's not really relevant to what it is. Is basically, I was given another example on one of the reasons your um, content could be engaged with less. Thank you, Spirit. And, come to do another portion of the reading. Like, whether you fit the aesthetic or not, like, keep doing you. Oh yeah, I was. Oh yeah, thank you, Spirit. And for those people who claim those readers who claim that they don't watch other readers and frown upon that, to make themselves seem more esteemed or more awakened, whatever the word you want to use for it. um you don't listen to that shit. And for those that say that and believe that, you could be missing something, some messages um that may be meant for you, because you are in ego about it, believing that it's a competition. Some messages won't. Some messages come to you. Some messages come to you and are not loud and clear to you. Spirit is giving me the image of, the saying and the image of a snake, but the saying of, if it was a snake, it would have bit you, type shit. So you've been pulling cards for yourself, and the cards are coming out. The same cards that another reader or someone that you may go to are coming out, but the interpretation is different, because the perspective is different. That person's spectrum is different, and because you're supposed to be looking towards those that you deem more elevated than you, and not by numbers on these platforms, but in their speech, in the things that they're speaking of. When you tap on that video, or that video comes across your page, or that person's content keeps coming across your platform, it's not as a competition. It's not a competition. It's to make you aware of certain things. And also, thank you, Spirit, I want to address the fact that they just won't do it under their um tarot platforms account, because that's what I do. I've noticed that when I watch certain individuals content from my tarot platform, like from my tarot YouTube, from my tarot Instagram, I get that, why is this person here kind of thing. And the instant they're watching me to compete, they're watching me to steal, all of that, when it's not always the case. Sometimes it's the case, but sometimes they're the people that are doing that are there just under different account names, under their regular account name. And it's just sometimes it's best for you to just watch incognito, or from another platform that's not associated with tarot, because people tend to think that you're just there for the sauce, so that you can upgrade your status, when it's not that. Is literally, with me at least, I can't speak for other people, it's because I'm understanding that this is, one, not a competition, and two, that there's things that I may be overlooking just because of where I'm at in life, and where I'm at in my mind state, and where I'm at along my journey. I have integrated my ego to know that some people are further along their journey than I am, and could lend me some advice, and could lend me some um, commentary, or uh, words that will provoke a thought in me, that will take me down a channel of doing research. So that's, I lend that to you, 1313. When I say that, I lend that to you to do, and take the status, thank you, Spirit, take the status bullshit away from it, because the status is really a bunch of catfish and shit. you know it's really a bunch of catfish and shit. Yeah, poker face coming out behind that deep fake. It could very much so be a bot, sugarcoating life just because most people want to be told what they want to hear, versus what the fuck they need to hear to progress themselves, thank you, Spirit, along their soul contract. Some people like being a cog in the wheel, is what I'm hearing. While these energy vampires take from them, getting them distracted. Because, like I said in another reading, this shit is just a distraction. They're only able to do it because this type of shit is fed to the hive mind, and people are fearful of it happening, so it's on their every thought, like, and paranoid about it. What you focus on is what you will attract to yourself. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Thank you, spirit. So when you're out in public, and when you out in these, even in these social media streets, treat it the same. You're gonna know, you're gonna feel when there's someone that wants your attention so bad. All they need you to do is look at them. All they need you to do is pay attention for a split second. But if you're aware, you don't look. And then if by chance you do happen to look, you remind yourself how powerful you are. They have no hold on you. Cut the cord right then. Don't work. Not gonna work. Sorry. 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 It's not gonna work. What else, spirit? Yeah. I'm hearing money on my mind with this card, Lil Wayne. Money on my mind, money on my mind, because money is all I think of. That's one of my favorite Carter albums too, though. Like, no bullshit. Like, she said she brand new, fresh out the box. Hey, after a while, after a while, people are gonna notice that your shit is not clickbait. Spirit said, say it again. After a while, people are gonna realize that your shit is not clickbait. You really typed in. Thank you, Spirit. There, if a motherfucker is talking about the same shit day in, day out, just rinsing, remixing, you know, doing that kind of shit, like uh, rinse, wash, repeat, you know, the fucking I'm wearing the same clothes, just changing the top and bottoms type shit. That's how you can tell they're not elevating in their journey, or their community isn't, or their community isn't progressing along their journey, or that is just, an entertainment channel. We just come here to get validated. We just come here to hear what we want to hear, and that's all good and fine. Because if that's what the people want, that's what the people want. But if your spirit guides told you to do something different than that, then you should listen to that. Thank you, spirit, for bringing me back around to what I was about to say. um I watch other readers, and I was watching another reader today. They do virtual, readings after the after the community and collective readings. So I pay for a reading because, yeah, I like the person. I like the way they read. Sometimes they could get on the talking about the same shit all the time, but I feel like that is contributed to the tribe, because I do not my tribe, but their collective, because I do feel like this person is tapped in. Like me personally, like, oh, excuse me, shit. Me personally, I can tell. I can tell. Like, when a person is just reading the cards and talking about shit that's going on in their life. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because at the end of the day, tarot is for personal development, and when you do it on this type of scale, it really is for entertainment purposes. Like you to be able to coach someone or mentor someone, it would have to be one-on-one, and that person would need to exchange energy with you and exchange funds. Like, so general readings are definitely going to be like catching the energy that you feel currently, or telling a story. Some people are just fucking really good storytellers, where are writers in their day job, and get on this motherfucker, see the imagery and tell a story. Some motherfuckers are tapped in and have some clairs, and feel the energy and do their thing. But I'm like I said with the clickbait shit. After a while, motherfuckers gonna realize whether or not you are clickbait, or excuse me, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Whether you are performative, or you tapped in and actually trying to help the everyone awaken. And I feel like, not for nothing, those that trigger are sent to help people awaken. I feel those that talk about love, blind date, all of that kind of stuff, are there to kind of soothe people's comforts, and if they're tapped in, like transmute that energy to more positive um aspects and outcomes for their collectives. So I feel like all of it is needed, but there's levels to the shit. And just because you feel like, thank you, Spirit, you're in hustle mode, doesn't mean you're not making a difference. And Spirit said you in hustle mode because you're not trusting the signs of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. The guidance of the past, when you're talking about, like, we're back to social media and all that shit. The guidance of the past is no longer going to work. It's no longer going to work for you. Whoever is resonating with this, because I feel like this is someone who wants to be famous at all accounts, at all costs, kind of thing. It's like you want to be famous, you want to be known, you want to be seen, you want to be talked about, and in the quote unquote elite rooms. But I'm getting like, that's not your mission. That's not your mission, and you're not trusting the signs about that. Yeah, you're not seeing the red flags when it comes to that. So it's gonna be this time where you have to do those intuition tests. Thank you, Spirit, bringing me right back to it. I love how you bring me right back to it. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I got. That's what I get from that reader. He. I don't know what they pronouns is, so I'm just gonna say they. They um they are tapped in, and as and sometimes they either trigger me, or if it is who I think it is in real life, they were hurt by me in a way, um, and have finally came around to the fact that there's no bad blood, and what was done was spirit led, and that I don't hold any animosity, and I would think that they would know that I'm a truth teller too, without going into the reasons why I think that. But whether or not they do or not, I'm not here to prove anything. I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to do nothing but what my guides tell me to do. And the conversations that I've had from 9 o'clock this morning to the conversation that we're having here right now was me listening to my guys and doing what they told me to do. Testing my intuition. So know that I don't get on here and tell y'all and talk to y'all about anything that I haven't been through or am currently going through. And the messages that come from spirit may apply to me as well as they'll apply to you. Because I feel like not my spirit team is what I refer to when I say spirit. Y'all don't need to know how many I have. Y'all don't need to know, you know what I mean? Like y'all don't need to fish into all of that. Like I was for a stint saying referring to my spirit team as ST, but I kept fumbling on my words and saying SP, and I don't want to say that. So I just went back to saying spirit, like because I was only saying that to be different, just like the lady that I was following for a little minute. I don't even know if I went back and unfollowed her, but she had some messages in there. But I I felt strongly that she was coming for me, like because when you we when you comment on people's stuff, they will go and look into you, and my name is my name, so it wouldn't be hard. And I follow myself, like I follow myself, like my personal YouTube page I follow on this platform, my personal YouTube page I follow, my tarot page, and sometimes I engage with it, sometimes I let it be organic, sometimes I engage with it because I know that you got to play with the system, you got to play with the machine, you know what I mean. So videos that I want to see, like if it's my message or it's the machine, I go and engage with because I'm a follower of myself. You know, it gets to be where I play with the numbers. I play with not necessarily numbers, but I play with the engagement, and I play with what's going on to see, like, I don't have true supporters. People are, well, I'm not gonna say I don't have true supporters, but some of my supporters and following, um, and I don't really even like to say following. Some of my tribe members on personal or tarot platform aren't there to lend genuine support. Some are there to watch because most of my traction comes from new seers, new new watchers. The shit, it being my message being put into the machine or whatever. Because or either I'm gonna say this because I'm, like I said, I'm subscribed to myself, so I see when thing each thing posts. So as a follower, I know that anyone else that's following me should be seeing it as well, whether or not your notifications are on or not. Because on my personal channel page, well, the phone that I use daily, my everyday use phone, not my business phones, I don't have no notifications turned on that phone for none of the social medias for that reason, because it gets, that shit gets distracting as well. But when I go into YouTube or Instagram, I see my tarot stuff, because I follow myself. So, and then when I look at my analytics for videos that do fairly well, the smallest percent, I mean, it'd be single digits most of the time. Sometimes it's been double digits, but no more than 15, 20 percent of that is, people who are subscribed. So it doesn't even matter if you have notifications on or not. Like, you're not checking for me, and that's fine. You're not checking for me, and that's fine. But I know that those things are happening, and that's another thing that went into the message of you are worthy. Stop acknowledging the numbers, do what spirit say. Stop acknowledging the numbers, do what spirit say. Do what you're supposed to do, no matter how long it takes, because we're going 2912 right now. Spirit still say they got shit to say. And everybody don't have to sit and listen. And everybody won't sit and listen, but those that need it, those that it's meant for, they'll sit and listen. Status upgrade. Those that want a status upgrade, those that want to, those that want to see your status upgrade. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, those that want to see your status upgrade, regardless of how much you trigger them, regardless of, how much money you start to generate, they want to see your status upgrade because they admire your hustle. It inspires them to keep going. So that's what we do it for. And we're unbothered by all the distractions and all the chaos and all the argument and all the bickering and all the competing in the back. We're unbothered by that energy. We just sit and just sip our tea, pretty much leaving that energy on red. Like, not feeding into it, not letting the focus go there, but focusing on those that see us and reflect it back into them. What, Spirit? They said focus on those that see themselves reflected back in you and don't mind that you trigger them, don't mind that you challenge them. Yes, Spirit. Let's get one more out of here before we move on to the tarot. Oh, and they sent me back to my storage to get to get some more decks. Oh. I'm laughing because me and my daughter had a little dispute of how many decks I actually got, but I kind of was I already was thinking like, damn, at this point I might as well just bring all of them with me. Like, anyway, yeah, the inner child. The inner child is what it is what you need to lean on. Like, there's a lot going on in the world. I feel like our inner child, all of our inner children, especially the ones that want to see this regime change, all of our inner children will help raise the vibration on the planet. So, thank you, Spirit. Get back to doing things that you did as a child. Me personally, I'm not gonna go and tell y'all like the flash that happened, in the meme that the real that flashed in my mind's eye. This young lady was saying, don't smoke, don't drink, don't fuck, all that type of shit. Like, I mean, bitch, we grown. Like, you should be able to tap into your inner child and still be an adult. Because if that's the case, then you about to snub your responsibilities too, like going out here and making sure that you can pay these bills, because everybody can't just lean on a hope and a prayer and or don't have nobody supporting them financially, ain't living on public assistance to be able to just they and be exactly how they were as a child, with not doing none of the vices while having to do the adult thing. Like, what the fuck? If you tap into your inner child energy, that it's gonna boom. You can boomerang it. You could play. You could play. You can still play. I feel like those kind of messages without full thought are a lot of the things that get people wrapped up in loops and karma, because negative karma, because if you believe in karma, they get people wrapped up in a loop. I'm just gonna say that, because putting that not stigma, but putting that stipulation, thank you, Spirit, putting that stipulation on working with your inner child is wild, because you are grown. You are fucking grown. And putting that stigma, putting that stereotype, putting that energy on your inner child is wild. Like, of course, don't be in your fucking energy while you're fucking drinking and smoking and fucking and all those kind of things. But understand and know your inner child was little small baby you, and as well as teenage adolescent you, and you was fucking as a teenager. Don't play with me. Like, I didn't lose my virginity to 17, but I knew motherfuckers in junior high. I was about to judge. I knew motherfuckers in junior high that she reminds me of that was fucking having kids in high school. But you put that stipulation on your small baby inner child, like possibly because a motherfucker got trauma that lies there. But you still got to bring that trauma up too. So if you were touched, if you were over sexualized as the little you, of course, this you would need to be healed by letting this you understand that they don't need to feel no fucking shame about that. Shadow work. Not demonizing any part of yourself. Not demonizing any part of yourself, but integrating and letting that part of yourself know that what you went through was not your fault, even it was not your fault, and it's okay. And even if you did make decisions that put you there, you know better now. So you can let it go. You don't have to feel shame about it. It happened. It is what it is. Turn the story into a triumph story and get your payback. Transmute that shit to get you some money. So every time that trigger boomerang his ass back around, you getting a pinnacle from it. You're gaining wealth from it. You're enriching, others with knowledge from it. Like I said, you the match. Can't nobody do it like you. Spirit said you are a match. You are a match. All of this is divine intervention. Everything that happened was divine intervention. No matter how quote unquote good or bad. Like, it's about how you turn the shit around. Boomerang. How you deal with your karma. That's what's gonna be your big break. That's what's gonna be your aha moment. That's what's gonna be your epiphany moment. Yeah, that's what's gonna have what that's what's gonna make you realize that you can't keep blaming Mercury retrograde for you letting a motherfucker slide in your DM and fucking rekindle some shit from a past life. Because every time you go through a rebirth, that's a different life. They were focused on the 11-11 though. That's when you're gonna get your spark. That's when you're gonna get. That's where you're gonna get your explanations. Thank you, Spirit. That's where you're gonna get your explanations from your soul memories. That's when you're gonna realize, oh, thank you, Spirit, with your past life regression, eh, work. That's when you're gonna realize that you met this person before. The person that caused you harm, that traumatized you as a child, because that's what I'm feeling. What is going on? The person that traumatized you as a child has been, following you for lifetimes, but being so caught up in the social in the socials in the socials in the online shit, the online dating, the fucking digital romance, the romanticizing of the twin flame journey, the romanticizing and the romanticizing of things that are pretty much toxic and and not as they sing. Thank you, Spirit. Romanticizing those things by demonizing the things that will truly help you awaken so that you can do your own past life regressions. Thank you, Spirit. And figure out your own past life connections with the souls that are in your vicinity that you come in contact with. It'll shift the tides. It'll shift the tides. It'll be the divine intervention to where motherfuckers can't keep profiting off of people that don't know how to do the work. Now, if you're too lazy to do the work, or you just don't want to do the work, or you scared of it, whatever, it's still gonna be. There's still gonna be an audience for that. Is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. There's still gonna be an audience for you to be able to make as much money as you can. Feeding off of another person's energy, trauma, siphoning motherfuckers' energy off of triggering them. Because some people trigger you to siphon your energy. Some people trigger you to awaken you to see who you are. Some people, thank you, Spirit. Some people trigger you into, doing the blind date shit on your own. Like, and it's too much stuff going on, Spirit. It's too much coming in right now. I need you to slow it down. I need you to slow it down so I can take it in and get it through. Thank you, Spirit. This energy here is not about external. It's about internal. Just like the twin flame journey, it's about internal. I'm hearing Jay-Z, when he was talking about his dad, he said we got to talk and we meet each other. This is what you need to be doing as well. Unionizing your masculine and feminine energy. That's the twin flame journey. Bring it into union, your masculine side and your feminine side as a union, as a partnership to scale forward. Thank you, Spirit. To scale forward. Because if there's conflict internally, there's going to be conflict externally. So the whole reason why they even go towards the divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame content energy journey is to seek external validation, to seek this union externally without understanding and knowing that it's about doing it internally first. That's why everybody is a fucking false flame and a karmic. Because you didn't fucking do the work internally to unionize your masculine and feminine energy, and this motherfucker ain't doing it neither, and y'all not realizing that this particular person or this one, that one, that one, whatever, the person is meant to trigger you into your awakening. You're not meant to be there for the long haul. But they're attractive and the sex is good for them to even be able to keep your attention. Because the chemistry is there. Because there have been past lives. Your fucking twin flame can be your child. Your fucking twin flame could not even be on this physical plane. Like, they could be an ancestor. Like, so the romanticizing of the journeys, all of them, even Love and Light, how they get real toxic with that, and just block out negativity, and then no, you're supposed to be transmuting that shit. That means that, like Kung Fu Panda and Black Panther, you're supposed to be taking that shit and not just letting it sit, not absorbing it, but observing it and generating it towards the best place for it to be when you strike. But I don't be liking to feel like I'm fussing at y'all. So we better move on over to the tarot. I'm going to keep these cards to the side. They say look at the bottom of the deck, ghosted. You worried about that. You worried about not being seen. You want to be seen because you want to be, you want to be in the know. You want to be able to flex. You want your influencer status raised. You want to, be to appear to be an overnight success story, but that shit is fake. Not nan person has the overnight success story. They've always been working towards the shit. So quit romanticizing, people having a big break, and stop allowing people to make you feel like, or make you even believe that they could have possibly been an overnight success. No, no. They may be an overnight success in the thing that they're doing, but they were putting in work in other areas before. Like they bringing me to the fucking okay, spirit, they said don't speak on that man, but just speak to the energy. That's that energy of, I have to be seen, I have to be famous at all costs. Like, I gotta be in the room, my name gotta be in the rooms, I can't be ghosted. Motherfuckers need to see me and know I was here, type shit. And not in the Beyonce way where it's like, I want to leave my mark. And I don't know shit. I don't know that woman personally. Like, shit, she probably could have did some shit that, was less than favorable to get her status, or whatever the case may be. But what she started in is what she gained success in, and it wasn't overnight. That's why Spirit is bringing it up for y'all that just don't fuck with the beehive. Um, Again, moving on to the tarot. Like, yeah, coming at the bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. I propose that we stop romanticizing any of these spiritual journeys and start speaking about integration more. Start speaking about not demonizing any part of yourself, but transmuting that energy and looking to see whether or not it's really evil. Because a lot of the people calling people evil are eating babies and, discriminating against people, are racist as fuck, like, but they set the trend. I mean, they don't set the trend. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit said, no, the fuck. Spirit said, no, the fuck they don't. Oh, shit, they have before, like, but they push propaganda. Thank you, Spirit. They push propaganda. They push the narrative. They create the false narratives that, have people in the competition mind. Yeah. What we need from the tarot? What we need from the tarot? Spirit said, "No, the fuck? What the fuck?" Oh, shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, Spirit. Um, we ain't gonna take it out, but we ain't gonna take it out. But yeah, pouring into thyself, self-love energy, unionizing your masculine and feminine energy, and then integrating them into your mission. Uh, Letting them know that your higher self is in control, the boss, your Ori, as well as integrating the shadow, the inner child, the inner adolescent, the ego. All of those are integrated, not done away with, not caged up. I said not caged up. I said not caged up because they brought me to the devil card in the cosmic sacred seed deck. Again, shadow work must be done. You have to look within yourself to figure out who you are, how you want to present, what you want to be known for, what message you're willing to die on the hill about. Thank you, Spirit. Because external success should not be the goal. Should not be the goal. Because as you see, look at him. Look how his nose is up. He looking down on motherfuckers. I said that on my personal Instagram page. It's pinned. It's pinned. On this social media shit, motherfuckers will look at your appearance because you don't fit the aesthetic and try to look down their nose on you because they have more followers, they have more public recognition, they have, they're on their high horse. That it's over for that type of shit, Spirit said. But also, as I said in a reading before, those same six motherfuckers are gonna be after you in the seven of wands. You're gonna be defending your position from these same six motherfuckers as the story progresses, as your life progresses, as your situation progresses, as your status upgrades. Because people only gonna be happy for you, but so far that you get above them if they don't truly appreciate you and find inspiration from you and the things that you do and the things that you say. Yeah. And the things that you say and the things that you fight for and the things that you communicate to the world. Yeah, the happy squirrel. Thank you, Spirit. The happy squirrel will definitely turn into the sad squirrel when they see you got that nut while they in the storm. Hey, I took it so sexual, but I'm so. Hey, it is what it is. I'm a fucking grown ass woman, two children. Sex happens with me, and I'm still tapped in. I use my yoni. Uh, getting plotting. No, this motherfucker ain't. No, he don't. No, this motherfucker don't got a nut while I'm over here struggling in this motherfucker storm. Are you fucking serious? No, the fuck he don't. And look, his ancestors is right behind him. Just we gotta be on there. My ancestors don't play about me. Your ancestors follow the energy you follow, except for the ones that know better. But the ones that were here on Earth before, especially if they don't mean you no good, yeah, they'll be right behind you. Yeah, let's get this bitch. Let's put this. Let's scribe a candle on this hole. Let's dress a candle for this bitch, cause I want this motherfucking nugget. I want this motherfucking nut. How dare? That's where the comparison energy comes in. And then they reminded me of the ancestors when people be the toxic love and light kind of shit, as well as using their um using their ancestors as paper, because I feel like the trees are ancestors definitely. And I also feel like I feel like that for several reasons. Like I just feel like that for several reasons. I have felt that way uh for a while. But I always felt, even as a child, that there were spirits like of course trees are living, but like they're if you get it, you get it. Like I've always felt like trees had, the ability to be mad and sad and happy and glad. And guide you the way you're supposed to go or the way you ain't, the way you ain't supposed to go or the way you're supposed to go, type shit. So that is another thing where it's like you'll elevate your thinking regardless if you go into this stuff for the right reasons. If you find yourself stressed out, oh shit, if you find yourself stressed out or sad a lot, kind of clear your energy. Think about, do your shadow work. Thank you, Spirit. Go straight right back to us, and we ain't even got to draw that shit out. Do your shadow work. Shine the light on why. Shine the light on why. Is it because the hill that you're willing to die upon ain't your hill? Ain't nothing that you really want to do, nothing that you really have a passion for, nothing that you can go to rest with. Look, when you go to rest with, when I say go to rest with, like actually leave this planet with, knowing that you died on this fucking hill. I'm hearing live by the sword, die by the sword, live by the gun, die by the gun. And then on this on the emotional side of it, is this hill that you're willing to die on something that you can look yourself in the mirror and feel good about? If it is, then do you. Who am I to tell you? Fuck? I'm not here to fucking police y'all or tell y'all what's right or wrong or tell you what way to go. I'm here to give the message. Do what you do. I'm here to do what the fuck my spirit guides tell me to do. Do what you want to do. But I just posed that question. Is it? Is it? Is it something that's going to bring you joy? Is it something that's going to bring you a sense of independence, a sense of self sovereignty? Is what I'm hearing with this Nine of Pentacles. Is this going to be something that brings you to a wealth and prosperity that you're happy that you have, and able to look yourself in the mirror every day about it? Like, are you truly going to be happy if you died on this hill? Or are you truly going to be happy if you died on this hill? Or is this something that you're putting up a mask for because you want some sort of status? But then at the end of the night, you're stressed, tossing and turning. Whether or not you take it on the stress or not, you're not getting a good sleep. Sleep for hours and still don't feel refreshed. Have to travel when your body is resting because you got to make sure that what's being done to you, what you doing ain't being done to you. Or just because you decided to do some bullshit, you are on assignment now to have no rest because you didn't do the shadow work, because you got swept up in the status and what they told you made you happy. You went and did. See, sometimes when you get to playing around with shit, trying to bring harm against others, you make your soul assignment harder. Ooh, they said I should have brought that deck out, but hey, it is what it is. It brought me to the skeleton deck. That's when your soul check out. That's when your soul check out. Like, this motherfucker ain't learning their lesson. They refuse to do the work. They want to die on this motherfucker hill. So let's go there. Fuck it, I'm ready to go to jail. Is what I'm hearing. Day Day. No, that wasn't Day Day. Yeah, it wasn't Day Day, but it was Mike Epps and All About the Benjamins. Like, yeah, fuck it, I'm ready to go to jail. Go ahead, take me in. Like, Spirit said we still got some time to go because that we weren't supposed to take and keep that, but that's a part of it. And when you be obedient, you be obedient. 58 and 18 when I said that. So this, the reading gonna be what it is. What else is on this, Spirit? Are we ready to close it out? Okay, we got two more. Two more. Oop. That fucking 5 of cups, right? Came right back out. Are you really gonna do the work on yourself, or are you gonna excuse me, spirit? Are you going to put this shit to an end? Are you gonna dead this shit? Are you going to embark on your rebirth journey? Yes or no? I haven't seen this card yet. What's this? 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. Are you gonna have this ego death? I'm about to say ego death. Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna end this cycle? Are you gonna end this shit so that you can receive the support that you're trying to receive by doing all this other stuff to people? Oh, Spirit said, are you gonna stop comparing your journey to the next person's journey? Thank you, Spirit. It's like you're shooing away support because it ain't what it looked like for the next person. That's what they telling me. Are you gonna keep doing that, or are you about to put it into that shit and all the emotions that come with doing that shit? That's making you unable to look in the mirror at yourself with and see yourself. Is what I'm hearing. It's like, are you ready to celebrate emotionally? Are you ready to collaborate? Are you really ready to collaborate and do this integration work? Thank you, Spirit. Or do you want to keep being deceitful and having delusions of grandeur and having delusions of grandeur, faking fulfillment and not faking fulfillment? Thank you, Spirit. Not faking fulfillment, but shucking and jiving, calling it fulfillment because you're able to have a little bit of stability. They're also giving me the message of when you excuse me, shit, when you truly do this integration work and celebrate yourself, you'll be able to see someone that you were proud of in the mirror again. You will stop cloaking your energy, dimming yourself, because the support that you receive don't look like the support others receive. You have no idea what they're doing to feel fulfilled, or if they actually feel fulfilled. That's just what you see. That's just what you see. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't see how they fucking praying every night that the shit that they're doing doesn't come back on them, that the energy that they're putting out doesn't come back on them. And some are hiding from themselves, but presenting a mask to you in public. Shh, be very, very quiet so that they can steal, so they can deceive, so they can profit off of your intellectual property because you're so telling, because you're so forthright with your communication and your ideas and what you think and what you believe, because you're looking for that validation. Hmm. The Knight of Wands is at the very back of the deck. I feel like you're under orders from spirit to slow down. All the rhetoric about it being the fire horse year, meaning that you need to move fast, is not. That's a part of the machine. That's a part of the illusions. That's a part of the false narrative. Just like this card, to me, I feel like has a misinterpreted meaning, even by the person who made who, even by the person who what's his name, Ellen, the guy, not the lady who drew the Rider Waite, but the man who interprets it. Go figure. Not the man that interprets it. Because every time from the beginning of me starting tarot, learning tarot, every time I sing this card versus the Knight of Swords, I always felt like the Knight of Swords was the fastest moving energy. And when you think about it, air is the fastest moving energy. Air moves faster than fire. Air amplifies fire. Air makes fire move fast. Fire won't spread. Fire won't start without air. So how is this the fastest night? No, I feel like this is the night that's most spiritually in tune. That goes after what they are passionate about, what they feel versus what they think. Because I feel like you can more easily be confused about what you think versus what you feel. That's why a lot of people overthink because they're feeling something different than what they think. But I feel like I said, the position of the position of the horse and the position of the rider. This looks like to me. I'll say it again. I'll say it 1,000 times more. This looked like a person pulling back on the reins, slowing down their horse, coming to a stop. The fight is over, is what I heard. The fight is over. Aye, aye, Captain. Spirit said the fight is over. Feel this shit out. Intuitive tests. Feel this shit out. Listen to me. Listen to what you think is me, because even that will be exposed, just like the thoughts. So if it's something that you feel, again, process it. Let it process through. Let it process through. Don't just go off of what you're thinking, what you think. Let it process through you. Let it work through you. Put it under a microscope. Thank you, Spirit. Observe it and see where it leads you. This is feeling like grief, and just emotions that trigger you. Period. Because this trigger card been hollering at me for the last 10 minutes. The things that trigger you, whether emotionally or mentally, do your intuitive test. Spirit saying pull back on the reins. Examine that a little bit closer. Examine it a little bit closer. No matter how much it hurts, is what I'm hearing. Examine it a little bit closer. Because a lot of this shit that's going on social media is directing you to be in competition energy, is directing for you to be looking at what someone else is receiving while questioning why you're not getting what you are supposed to receive. But look at this one's cup, this one's receiving vessel. It hasn't even tilted over yet. You have no idea what the fuck is in there. You already, crying about what they getting. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like those who get it get it. Like, yeah, you do the math. You do the math. You do the math. Like, it's time to not, they brought me back to this card. Yes, the actual meaning of it is deceit and all of that kind of stuff, but it's bringing me back to an interpretation that I had about this card. Ooh, it's probably been over a year ago, where every time the Seven of Swords came out for me, I would hear Tina Turner, I don't want to fight no more. I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really want to fight no more. Because when I did more research into the meaning of this card and looked at what it was, like what it was portraying, on here it's portraying a person, him leaving the circus. But I also feel like he is a prisoner of some sort, and there is a fight because of these two figures in the back. But on the Rider Waite card, there's active war going on. These are camps, for these are camps for the soldiers, and this figure here is taking the sword so that they can't fight anymore. So this person is lessening the the opponents. Thank you, Spirit. Is lessening the opponents. So it's five less people that can fight just by him stealing the swords. So this person doesn't want to fight anymore, but they're supposed to be a soldier. A soldier's supposed to follow command. Thank you, Spirit. A soldier supposed to follow command, but this person is finally started to wise up, because this is also after the Six of Swords, where your spirit guides, or you're being guided to calmer waters. You're being guided to, not suffer in the sulfur smell, and that means suffer at war. Just look up sulfur. They're speaking of gunpowder, but there's no guns here, So you're if you get it, you get it. On this card, you've gotten the enlightenment that this fight is not your own. So you don't want to fight anymore. You want to end the war. You want to end the mental war. But right here, it's speaking of communication. It's speaking of, you want to end the conflict in your mind. But then we progress forward to the Eight of Swords, and you realize that all of the mental conflict was self-imposed. You're not really at war with anyone but yourself. And if you keep forcing that fight outside of yourself, you end up at the Nine of Swords, which I could have sworn came out. Yeah, it came out in the first pal that I pulled out with the happy and sad squirrel. Again, that comparison energy will have you in that loop, boomeranging it back around to the questioning of whether or not you're worthy, because you see what others are receiving that you're not receiving. Yes. So, are we finally going to put an end to that cycle? Are we finally going to focus on the sun in the horizon and the ship sailing away? There for refuge. I'm here after you realize that you've had the harvest all along. After you realize, thank you, Spirit, that your inner child is gonna show you the way to the pinnacles, to the promised land, is what Spirit said. To your stability. Because the inner child, to me, I don't know how factual this is. The inner child to me is connected to the solar plexus energy. That's why all this yellow and sulfur has been coming out. Are you ready to investigate into why or how? Thank you, Spirit, because they told me a long time. They told me a few weeks ago, Howland. Yeah, go to Howland. Stop asking why and start asking how you can make things better for yourself and others. How you can be the Aquarius, the water bearer, the collaborator, the one that helps the community, the one that nourishes the community, the one that uh, um, helps the collective understand that they can purge this energy emotionally, which means in the subconscious. This right here to me is the subconscious, and physically 3D. So 5D, 3D. You can replenish both. You can dump it out in both. What you need to dump out and clear out in the 5D astral realm, what you need to dump out and clear out in this 3D, to finally realize that you are one of the stars in the sky, earthbound. What you gonna do? You gonna look into it? These are giving me dolphins, but they're not dolphins. Yeah, I'm hearing hold it steady. I'm Archangel Michael. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. When his brother, when the when Arthur's dad Uthor told the brother that was doing black magic that had a line with the had a line basically to steal his crown and kill his son. Nine of Pentacles came right back out. As X, I'm here to ask Archangel Michael to help you with this task, clearing out in the astral and in the earthbound 5D, 3D, seeing that you're a star, knowing that you have other star seeds and other um, familiars behind you, ready to protect you. That you have someone ready to protect you. You don't have to be Miss Independent, Mr. Independent. You don't have to do this solo dolo. Yeah, you have a partner within attached to you that is able to take these swords and transmute the energy for your protection against the same motherfuckers that once celebrated you. That tightrope came in again, walking that tightrope. Hey, Spirit is trying to lift you up. They're trying to lift you up. Basically, keep going. Keep going. This is a message to me too. Keep going. Don't stop posting. It don't matter who's seeing it right now, who getting the recognition right now, what support you feel like you're getting right now. Start asking your angels. Don't keep it a secret from them. Keep it a secret from the land dwellers. Call on what you believe in, whatever you believe in, to help you through, to assist you through. Start asking how, not why. Quit asking why. We don't need to have a why. Why is rebound energy? Why is trying to get closure? Why, yeah, why is for temporary comfort, to avoid loneliness, to replace whatever you think has gone missing quickly so that you could just forget about it. It's just something to do. Your why is just something to do. That's just something to do energy. That's something that you could just plan on and plan on forever. The how puts you in action. The how gives you the steps. The how is your director. The how is you standing in your authority, you calling the plays. The how is you controlling the narrative. The how is you being the only one that could say cut on what the fuck it is that the divine source energy and your spirit team is telling you to do. At the very back of the day, because you're supposed to create. I'm supposed to create. You're the empress. You're the emperor, and you fucking know it. Ooh, message. Say you got ample opportunities. What the fuck do I want to do today? Wise Council, Empress Energy. Tell me what's on the program for today. What shall we do today? Pick and choose. Pick and choose. Yeah. Because once you've done that work, baby, once you've done that inner work, you don't worry about what they saying. You don't look for a savior. You become sovereign. You know that none of this can be weaponized against you. You know that none of this really matters. It's just an experience. We came to die. You won't be in a rush to get off the planet. You know what I'm saying? You won't be upset about the emotional turmoil that you have to go through in order to heal yourself and others, in order to put out the call and ignite the souls, ignite the spirit, ignite the passions that bring, the true independence into you. Baby, 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 baby. Mm. They said the world card is in there, the tower is in there. It's showing you what's encoded in your DNA. It's letting you know that you can receive wisdom from the serpent and your ancestors and the familiars, depending on how you decide to see what's in front of you. Whether you choose to see it as confusion, whether you choose to see it as opportunity, whether you choose to see things as good, whether you choose to see things as bad, whether you choose to see things as evil, whether you choose to see things as benevolent, whether you choose to see them as lessons or whether you choose to see them as burdens, whether it's tangible or intangible. Baby, who you learning from? Are you able to teach? What you doing with the world that's in your hands? Hey, I'm about to leave it there, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 06 on the clock. We done with this portion of it, y'all. Your stability will come when you ready to handle it. When you ready to handle it. When you ready to handle it. Because it feel like a lot of us are in this focused on the wrong shit. We sad and feel betrayed, stabbed in the back, because of what we choose to focus on. Because we refuse to listen to the feminine energy. Because we choose to listen to not to listen to the feminine energy and not to pour into ourselves. We're giving too much away. We're giving too much away for the big break. Because we externalize the big break instead of searching back through our past lives to figure out where we left off so that we can start from there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. But just know, no matter how much you put your soul contract on red, it's gonna rebound. It's gonna boomerang. It's gonna come back around. Even if you get the wake up call, I feel like even if you get the wake up call, because some of us don't remember that we volunteered for this. We've been earthbound and other realms, omniverses away, and came back for this time for a reason. Came back here at this time right now for a reason. Because what a time to be alive. And I'm so glad to be alive. All right, I'm ending it for real now, y'all. I love y'all, tribe. Hopefully you got something from it. If not, maybe next time. But until next time, know that I love you. Peace.